I'm Mark Matsumoto and welcome to my Tokyo kitchen. Today I want to show you how to make an authentic Japanese teriyaki sauce that you can use to season everything from chicken to seafood to stir fries. And once you know the 3-ingredient secret, you'll never pay extra for that bottled stuff again. Before we jump into making the sauce, I thought it might be helpful for you to know what teriyaki means. The name is actually 2 words in Japanese. Teri, which means shiny, and yaki, which is a word that's used to describe high temperature cooking methods like grilling, roasting, or pan frying. The important thing to remember here is that if you add anything to the sauce that dulls its shine, it's not teriyaki. Alright, let's have a look at our ingredients. I'm using a half cup soy sauce, a half cup sake, and a half cup of sugar. It's just equal parts of all 3 ingredients. The soy sauce can be any Japanese style dark soy sauce like Kikkoman. It doesn't need to be fancy, but different countries use different soy sauce, so make sure it's Japanese. Sake is a beverage that's used for cooking in Japan because it adds umami. The savory taste of umami comes from amino acids which are created by the breakdown of protein in rice during fermentation. If you're wondering about the alcohol, ethanol boils at a lower temperature than water, so as long as you cook the sauce, it'll evaporate, leaving you with just the umami. As for the sugar, I used evaporated cane sugar, but any form of sugar without a strong flavor will work. I like to make my teriyaki sauce in a squeeze bottle to make it easy to use, but you can also do this in a jar or really any container with a lid. Then I use a funnel to add the sugar, the soy sauce, and the sake. Now I'm gonna affix the lid tightly and shake this up until the sugar has fully dissolved. This will take a little while, so keep shaking and take a rest if your hand starts to get tired. To see how we're doing, I'm gonna gently flip the bottle over after letting things settle, and it looks like I need to shake this a bit more. And that's pretty much all there is to it. But you're probably wondering how this turns into that thick, shiny glaze that we all know and love. Well, that's all in how you use the sauce, so let me show you how I make my chicken teriyaki. Today I'm using a whole deboned chicken leg, but you can use thighs or even breast meat. I like using skin-on chicken, but I'm gonna trim off any excess fat or connective tissue. The skin keeps the chicken moist and tender, and we're gonna fry it up until it's golden brown, which will render out most of the fat and make it nice and crispy. Now I'm gonna season this with some grated ginger. Remember what I said about adding ingredients to teriyaki sauce that could cloud it up? Ingredients like ginger and garlic are a good way to ruin the shine of teriyaki sauce, but by seasoning the chicken with them directly, it won't affect the clarity or the shine of the sauce. Then I'm just gonna season both sides of the chicken with a pinch of salt. This ensures the chicken is seasoned all the way through. Now you can let this marinate for a few minutes, but today I'm just gonna rub the salt in a bit and fry it right up. I have a cold non-stick pan here and I'm gonna set the chicken in it skin side down. Then I'm gonna turn the stove on to medium heat. This allows some of the fat from the skin to render out, so we don't need to add any extra oil. As you can see, the chicken likes to curl up a bit as it cooks, so you want to use tongs to press down any areas that are popping up to ensure the skin makes good contact with the pan. Keep applying pressure in various areas, and you can check the skin side periodically to make sure it's browning evenly. If you see lighter areas, just focus your pressing on those areas. After 5 to 6 minutes, your chicken should be a little over a third of the way cooked through. Now I'm gonna flip it over, and just look at how golden brown and crisp that skin is. On this side, we want to focus our pressing on the thicker parts of the chicken. This is gonna help ensure that any stubborn, thicker parts get cooked through evenly. Once the chicken is almost completely cooked through, use as many paper towels as it takes to soak up all of that chicken fat. You want to get the pan as free of grease as possible because it'll cloud the sauce. Then I'm gonna pour in the teriyaki sauce. How much you add is up to you, but for a piece of chicken this size, I like to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons. Now you just want to continue flipping the chicken to glaze it with the teriyaki sauce as it caramelizes. Keep going until the sauce is nice and viscous and you have a thick coating of it on the chicken. Just be careful not to take it too far and burn it. Okay, this looks and smells divine, so I'm gonna get it out of the pan and onto a cutting board to rest. Just like a steak, you want to give whole cuts of chicken a chance to rest so that all those juices that we worked so hard to retain don't come squirting out when we cut it. Once the chicken is at a few minutes to rest, I'm gonna brush on the remaining teriyaki sauce from the pan. And now you can garnish it with all those goodies like toasted sesame seeds and scallions. Okay, it's kind of hard to describe just how good this smells, so I'm gonna have a bite and let you know. Itadakimasu. All right, let's cut off a piece. Oh, that's so juicy. Get a bunch of the sauce on there. You've got this sweet and savory caramelized coating of teriyaki sauce on the outside of the chicken, and on the inside, it's super juicy. I know some of you are probably a little skeptical that a teriyaki sauce with only 3 ingredients could taste better than a bottled one that's got like 30, but this is how we make teriyaki sauce in Japan, and it works. All right, let's go in for another bite here. Oh, it's perfect. This teriyaki sauce was amazing on this chicken, but it also goes really well on steaks, salmon, or even tofu, so I hope you'll give it a try. Just remember, equal parts soy sauce, sake, and sugar. All right, I'm gonna finish this off. Oh, so good. By the way, my teriyaki sauce will keep for months in the fridge, so make a big batch so you'll always have some on hand. Well, I'm off to go pick some blueberries, but check out this playlist for other easy Japanese sauces and condiments. And I'll catch you in the next one.